Hey guys, it's Gary DMG. I'm back with another video, and in this video, I wanted to talk about just like the this country, man. Like right behind me, the American flag, like America, USA. It's not as free as you think it might be. You know what I mean? And it's not as free as we prop it up to be. We're still taxed to no end. We still go to jail if we're not paying much and we don't pay our dues. We're priced on literally every part of life that it takes to even live. Like basic God-given liberties, we're priced on it. So like, what's the idea of America? You know, is it freedom to weasel and freedom to scam? Or is it actual freedom for people? Because when you think about America and you think about freedom, I shouldn't have to be priced for the house and the door and window in my home. I shouldn't be priced for water and basic natural resources that come from the earth itself. Back then the Indians had it all free. You know, and then everyone sits there and goes, oh, well, the Indians founded America first. Well, they lived more free than anybody, apparently, because they weren't taxed on their land. They didn't pay their house mortgages or rents. They hunted for food. They were attractive to the women that they gathered and hunted food for. They had women. They had children. They had many kids. You know what I mean? They had many. They had tribes. You know what I mean? They literally needed to fucking breed to fucking get the shit that they needed to get done. You know what I mean? Therefore, i.e. your longhouses, i.e. your other shit that they built back in those days. But I don't want to get off on that tangent, but it's just the whole fact that freedom, we don't really have it in this country. It's more like controlled placement for the most part. We're controlled, like this beer, for example. It's a controlled substance. There's, let's see here. %4 alcohol, right? It's a controlled substance with 4% alcohol in it, right? There'll never be more alcohol. There'll never be less alcohol. It's a controlled substance. Just like America, man. It's a controlled substance. That ain't freedom. It's a controlled substance. It's, I need to pay this rent. I need to get a job. I need to pay my taxes. Because if I don't, I'm labeled disposable, a deplorable. I'm labeled a criminal. I'm labeled this, that, the other thing. So many labels and so many punishments for exercising your true freedom, exercising your true rights. You know what I mean? So it's like, this country ain't really as free as you think it might be, to be honest with you. It really ain't. Like, what's there to do? Work? That's not freedom. That's slavery. What do? Stay home? Where's home? You need to pay for that home. You need to pay for a roof over your head. You got to pay for all this shit. You know, and also, I might want to add this too, and you guys may find this interesting, is the fact that we sit there, we paid all these bills in the past generations as generations pass by. And then they invent new things to bill us on. Wi-Fi, internet, electricity, this, that, the other thing, subscriptions. Do you know what I mean? So therefore, more bills that you have to pay in. Do you know what I mean? More bills that you got to sit around and pay into, or else you don't get to live right. You know what I mean? And then there's the whole idea of keeping up with the Joneses too. Don't forget, you got to do that too. You got to buy the newest car or the newest iPhone and this and that, and keep up with the newest technology, or else you're not going to be able to apply for a job. You're not going to be able to get to work. You're not going to be able to do certain things because they keep forcing this down your throat. You have to do this. You have to do that. You got to do this. You got to do that. Otherwise, you're not a free American if you don't. Do you know what I mean? So it's like, even if you do steal a little bit of freedom for yourself, if you don't have a car, you're not exactly living freedom to its highest bidder, because you can't drive. You can't go anywhere you want to go. You know what I mean? So it's like, this world, man, I don't know. This United States of America, it's just United States. That's it. There is no United States of freedom. There isn't any idea that anybody had in their head saying that Americans are free. They're absolute bullshitting you. They're bullshitting you, man. Free to do what? Free to be manipulated? Free to be coerced into a system that taxes you to no end? and you get no benefits out of it? Where's the freedom? Really? Do you know what I mean? I just think it's bullshit to me, man. Like, this country used to be something, man. Used to be able to fucking... You could drink out of a fucking creek and you wouldn't fucking die from it because the water was so good. Like, that's what I'm trying to tell you. Like, the world has changed, man, as time went on. It ain't the world that the Indians had. Definitely not. That's God's world. That's God's given land right there. What the Indians had. That's why they called them Indians. I think George Carlin said this. Indians, Indios. It means in God. These people were literally in God with what they were doing. They were living their lives in utopia. In God's utopia. In God's given free world. You know what I mean? And I hate to sound racist because I'm not. You know, but the prevailing thing is here is that, oh, well, the white man took it over. And the white man invented the bill. You know, you ever hear that video where it says, oh, well, the black man invented this. Well, the white man invented the bill for that. The white man invented the bill. I'm not saying white people are inventing bills. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is there's always some controlled construct that wants to control. And I'm not talking about color here. I'm talking about controlled constructs that want to control. You know, that have this demand for God knows what. You know what I mean? Like half the shit you buy, you don't really even own anymore in this life. It seems like you're either paying a subscription, you're either paying a phone bill, or you don't own it. You don't own it. Therefore, you don't have freedom. You just have the idea of limitlessness. And it's a complete illusion of a limitlessness. When you're obviously limited. You're limited by the law. You're limited by the government. You're limited by the courts. You're limited by the banks. You know what I mean? So, like, that's the whole point of this video, guys. The whole point is just the fact that we're not in a free America. We're in a coerced, controlled country that does nothing but is mandatory on making us slaves in a company, not a country. And we're fed this fucking fake illusion of a life. That's why every day feels like a Truman Show. Every day feels like just nothing. Because obviously humans just aren't making progress anymore. They're not. But that's the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. I've been kind of away from YouTube for a while. I put out now 2 videos now. This is my second. So I just wanted to keep you guys updated on like my situation here. I don't really know what my future holds as an American. But I don't want nothing to do with it, to be honest with you. I don't want to vote. I don't want to do anything as an American anymore because honestly, it's not free. Being an American is an insult to me, to be honest with you. It's starting to feel like an insult because not even the people that fought for this country died for half the bullshit that goes on in this fucking country. So that's the video, guys. Take care. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.